لا تلمس بيدك يا راشد، ترى غلط والله غلط. لا اله الا الله. انتبه انتبه. شوف انتبه.
Welcome back. Back with another banger. It's the React Files, where we react
to the creepiest, craziest, scariest TikToks. You should watch along.
I hope you're having a good night. And if you haven't already, please take a second just to hit that like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, just to make sure the algorithm knows what's up. So what we gonna do, y'all? Run these numbers up. That's right. Let's get straight to it.
The Simpsons say we're already in the end times.
Nobody is talking about this prediction from The Simpsons. I wonder why.
Oh, Mr. Thompson, what if your wife finds out?
It's modern times. Everyone's doing it. Where did my Christian limo driver go?
My pious husband is missing. The baby I chose to have baptized is gone. Mr. Thompson, what's happening?
It's the rapture, Shauna. The rapture. The virtuous have gone to heaven, and the rest of us have been left below. We were fools, and because we rejected God, tacitly accepting Satan, we must suffer through the apocalypse.
I thought all religions were a path to God. I was wrong.
Why did I put my faith in science and technology?
Oh, why did I choose to be gay?
By the way, this video is scripted and for entertainment purposes only. Stay weird.
Yo, The Simpsons, man. They be hitting it right on the nail, man. Like, what the hell? That's crazy. The limo driver just disappears and crash. Bruh. I'm calling cap on that one. What do y'all think? Y'all think that was real? Have y'all seen footage of that happening before? Let me know in the comments down below. So I'm looking like, yo, that shit's CGI. For real.
Who says there's no such thing as a flying saucer? This solid metal plate is floating in midair. No strings or wires holding it up. And no supports underneath. Pretty tricky, huh? Actually, this is how it works. These are large electromagnets. When the current goes through them, they create a strong magnetic field which supports the plate in much the same way that water supports a cork. And with the General Electric electromagnetic levitator, it's now possible to suspend objects in midair without any sort of visible support. General Electric engineers have used this principle in developing a new kind of GE watt-hour meter. That's the device you have in your home to tell you how much electricity you've used. Inside is a disc like this. And it spins around in a small magnetic field with virtually no friction at all. General Electric scientists hope to develop other frictionless bearings, machine bearings that may never wear out, all based on the same principle.
See how fast it goes? It's like, let's go. Look. Oh man.
Yeah! This is incredible. This is the street. Ian, what'd you think? I was crying, man.
It's Fred. Let's go.
So crazy. Amazing, amazing.
No way.
Where's it coming back to land? Over here?
I'm so confused. I know there's yes men, but when you're a yes man who gets paid, I guess you're able to see something else. Because what they were cheering about, I didn't see happen. What do you think? Let me know in the comments down below.
Oh, Lil Durk has the eyes, right?
Yeah. They're doing like the reactions that.
There's a theory why Lil Durk actually has those eyes.
Why?
It's not what we think, fam.
Because he's off like Adderall?
No, it's not drugs, bro.
Okay.
Listen, so World War II.
That's so random.
Nah, hear me out. When soldiers came back, there was this phenomena that they saw all of these soldiers that had PTSD.
Yeah.
They had something called the 1,000-yard stare. You ever heard of it?
Oh yeah, like that poster with the guys like this?
Yeah, soldiers, after they've been through so much stress, combat, and seeing their loved ones and friends die so many times, they developed a 1,000-yard stare. And as you can see in some rappers, specifically like the ones that are in gangs, that seen their homies get shot, killed, they might develop the 1,000-yard stare. And in the most prominent case is Lil Durk.
That makes sense, bro. Both from Oblong.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense, man. I know the homie seen a lot. But yeah, that 1,000-yard stare, that's a real thing. It comes from being shell-shocked, I heard. I don't know. Let me know in the comments down below. Do you know the medical term for that? Let me know.
Episode.
What is that? The truth. Every time a new baby is born, the Federal Reserve issues a secret birth certificate printed by a company called the American Bank. That way, the government can use people as currency to back the debt they have with the World Economic Forum, which owns the central banks of every nation on Earth. But the WEF is just a front for the Council on Foreign Relations, which masterminded the 9/11 attacks as a pretext to invade Iraq, take the oil, and install fast food chains to make people slow, fat, and easily abductable by the shape-shifting reptilian aliens it works with. Now, back in the 30s, FDR made a deal with these reptilians to exchange people for technology. That was the basis of the New Deal. But ever since, they've been slowly replacing all the world leaders to create a nuclear holocaust to make global warming real for their takeover. That's how they made up the Cold War, by sending Laika to space to bite Neil Armstrong while Kubrick was faking the moon landing. Now they're using satellite waves, contrails, and measles vaccines as mind control, and fluoridating the water to keep people's gold fillings intact so they can be sent back to, you guessed it, the Federal Reserve, where all the gold and birth certificates are stored by the real puppet master, the world monarch, who is himself only the servant of the all-seeing eye who controls everything in the world.
I was wrong.
Talk about hidden truth in plain sight. Wow. How do you feel about that? Do you think her presentation was on point, or was it far-fetched?
Disturbing Simpsons prediction.
This is by far the most disturbing Simpsons prediction. The Simpsons predicted the 9/11 terrorist attacks. It may sound unbelievable, but it's true. In a 1997 episode titled The City of New York versus Homer Simpson, there is a scene where Lisa holds up a magazine that shows the number 9 next to a picture of the World Trade Center. The episode aired 4 years before the terrorist attacks, and many people believe that the scene was a foreshadowing of what was to come. The creators of The Simpsons have denied that the scene was meant to predict the attacks, stating that it was simply a coincidence. However, this is not the only instance where The Simpsons seem to predict major world events. In another episode, they predicted the election of Donald Trump as president, and in yet another, they seemingly predicted the Ebola outbreak. Was it just a coincidence that The Simpsons seemed to predict these events? Or is there something more to it?
Well, they deny and said it was a coincidence. I think maybe it was a coincidence. Maybe a lot of it is. Maybe. What do you think? Let me know in the comments down below.
Phobia test. Claustrophobia, fear of closed spaces. Warning, the following videos may contain traumatizing material. Level easy. Level intermediate. Level hard. Level extreme.
Yeah, that underground go-kart in a cave is a big hell no. And that one at the aquarium where he was going down that pipe with the scuba gear, that's a double hell no, right? So yeah, I don't know. Even the water slide was trippy. Luckily he found help. How about y'all? Let me know in the comments down below. Are y'all claustrophobic?
This man just exposed the back rooms.
No, I just freaking tried to go to the bathroom and I found myself in the middle of nowhere. Yeah, you freaking, guess.
Let me get Carolyn to help you out.
How did you get back here?
I just opened a random door and next thing you know I'm in here. What is that? Man, talking about stairwell after door after sheesh. What is this place? Whoa. What is this? This big empty area in here. Hello, can you help me out?
Yes.
Please.
Now that was trippy. Do y'all know what the backrooms is? If you know what the backrooms is, let me know down below. I believe it's actually a game / genre kind of thing. Deep web stuff. So based on that, I don't know, I'm probably gonna have to call Cat. But at the same time, it was still weird, right? What y'all think? I think that was really the backrooms.
Breaking news coming out in the past 48 hours that the next pandemic is already on the way. And they're saying this is Disease X that could kill up to 50 million people. They're saying that the death toll could easily dwarf that of what we experience with COVID-19. Now, as I mentioned, this is just coming out in the past 48 hours. And in this video, I'm going to be covering for you what exactly Disease X is and all the details of what they're saying is going to be the next pandemic. Now, if you didn't already hear, take a look at this just in the past couple weeks. So this coming out September 18th of 2023, what to know about Nipah virus amid the outbreak in India. And we're hearing that there are lockdowns taking place due to this virus, and they're saying, don't worry, they believe they have it under control and contained. But here's the concerning issue with this disease. The virus has a fatality rate of 40 to 75%, according to the CDC. Nearly half of the people that contract this virus, they do not make it. And they're concerned, what if something like this were to outbreak on a global scale? And they're saying it's just a matter of time. Now, I'm going to be sharing with you these articles, putting them on the screen, reading right from them, linking them in the description. But right now, all you got to do is go onto Google and type in Disease X, and you will see tons of articles that have come out in the past 48 hours. You'll see this trending all over Google, and that is because in the past 48 hours, WHO and UK experts have warned that Disease X is essentially here, and we're expecting an outbreak that will be global, that will dwarf that of COVID-19. They're saying it will be a repeat and probably surpass that of the 1919 Spanish flu. So as I mentioned, I'm going to be covering all the details for you so you can know exactly what's going on. And I know this is not what anybody wants to hear, but do me a favor. If you appreciate the updates, keeping you aware of what's going on in our world, smash the like button for me. Helps out the YouTube channel a ton. Thank you so much. Just takes a second. Hit subscribe to stay up to date. I'll let you know everything that's going on in our world, with our economy, the United States Social Security system, all of this. I'll keep you up to date. And with that being said, though, let's go ahead and get you caught up on the latest. Let's go ahead and
shouldn't have seen.
Come on. Good boy.
that the family of Mr. Charles is able to move on after my passing. I'm very sorry.
I think that was a lethal injection gone wrong. I'm thinking it was supposed to be painless. And I'm real talk, I feel like that shit was cap. But at the same time, I mean, if it was, I can't even tell, because the family was in shock. There's people in the room like looking crazy. I had to pull the curtain down. Like, is this for real? Let me know in the comments down below what y'all think. I think that was cap, or was it real?
Believe me, if I started murdering people, there'd be none of you left.
That's Charles Manson, a man interrogated on account of cold-blooded murder. Want to know what evil truly sounds like? The following contains the most disturbing interviews with serial killers. Truly makes one wonder, how evil can 1 or 10 human beings be?
We are all evil in some form or another.
Murder. Not once, not twice, but multiple times. These 10 killers are no saints, but incarnations of pure evil. What's worse, they have no remorse. The following clips contain the most disturbing interrogations and interviews with 10 serial killers. At number 10, we have Ted Bundy. Most criminals often show fear or signs of nervousness during interrogations or interviews. Not Ted. In a jailhouse interview with Ted Bundy, it appears that the suave yet cold-blooded Bundy had quite the reputation among other notorious serial killers.
You feel that everything will turn out right, that you are innocent. Do you still feel that?
Yeah, more than ever.
Smiling through his interrogation and appearing relaxed, he was confident that he wouldn't be convicted.
I'm not guilty. Does that include the time I stole a comic book when I was 5 years old?
Bundy keeps eye contact with his interviewer throughout most of their conversation, and it's easy to become lulled into a false sense of security, which is exactly Ted's intention.
If someone's crazy enough and nutty enough to do something like that, I can't stop them. There's nothing I can do.
The night before his execution, and we finally see the expression of fear on Ted Bundy. It seems not all monsters can remain that confident for long after all. Number 9. John Wayne Gacy. John Wayne Gacy was a notorious serial killer with a tendency to shift blame for his accused crimes.
You're in trouble now. Yeah, right. Aren't you afraid sitting that close to me?
This wasn't the first time evidence for John Wayne towards this end is shown in a clip documented by CBS News 2 Chicago back in 1992.
I don't believe in hitting children. I don't believe in spoiling a child either.
Accused of murdering 33 kids, and you say you don't believe in hitting. Interviewer Walter Jacobson was stunned while interrogating John Wayne Gacy, who was exceptional at providing alibis to prove his innocence.
Buckovich is not one that I killed, so I don't know nothing about him.
Gacy casually demonstrated how he killed his victims with ropes by using a shoelace.
You just turn this, and I says it causes a tourniquet. I said, that's the only knot I ever learned.
Precisely the kind of knot found on the ropes of his victims. Number 8. Edmund Kemper. Kemper's impressive intellect and well-spoken nature would make it hard to believe that his first murder was at the tender age of 15.
I would have been a mass murderer at age 15. I would have killed until they gunned me down. I wouldn't have been able to reason my way out of it.
The killer makes a self-referential joke on his modus operandi of picking up hitchhikers by putting on a pair of glasses and asking the camera crew whether they would get into a car with him. Kemper's calm mental state is devastatingly worrisome. His documentary's exploitative narration pushes the creep factor of this killer to the top.
I am an American, and I killed Americans. I am a human being, and I killed human beings. And I did it in my society.
Number 7. Jeffrey Dahmer. It's almost impossible to miss the rage in the demeanor of Jeffrey Dahmer as he discusses his history with the interviewer, Stone Phillips.
And I acted on my fantasies, and that's where everything went wrong.
When asked if he felt anything, having dismembered most of his victims, his reply showed his cold-heartedness and a possible loss of touch with humanity and empathy. He said,
"Killing wasn't the objective. I just wanted to have the person under my complete control."
Weirdly enough, Dahmer had moments during his acts of violence when he regretted the decisions he made.
Once it happened the first time, it just seemed like it had control of my life from there on in.
You know what's creepy about that? Just hearing them talk about it, hearing them words come from their own mouth. That shit's crazy, man. What y'all think about that shit, man? I'm pretty sure a lot of y'all agree. Let me know in the comments down below.
Just wade in the water. Right here, y'all. So what is this saying? I'm gonna move away, and I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna move away, watch my phone, and I'm gonna go back. Now, this water should have been took the right route. But I'm gonna move away, and I'm gonna go back. Just to show y'all. Wow. I mean, like, why? Why? And guess what we've been doing, y'all? Giving this.
As I check, water's supposed to put fire out. I don't know. Maybe it was the gas from the fucking, you know, trying to make an excuse for it somehow, some way. That's mind-boggling. Let me know in the comments down below. Maybe there's a scientific explanation for this shit. Let me know. Bruh, what the fuck was that? I should have known it was gonna be something when I guess that witch doctor took the egg out the water, but then he kind of dipped it and like, yeah, I'm about to get to work. Man, what the fuck? The fuck was that shit coming out that dude's throat, bro? Was it a lizard or something? Was it something evil? What do you think? Let me know in the comment down below.
Fifth time I had watched the video, I noticed something in the corner of the room, which is actually my daughter's room. So I screenshotted it and I just zoomed in on it. My heart just dropped. I could feel my face, all the blood in my face ran. I mean, it scared me.
Niño.
Yeah, that last one got me. Yeah, I would have been like, oh, what the? Holy fuck. The hell? Shit! What would y'all have done? Which one was the scariest to you? What do you think about the boy in the room? Think he just like dipped under the couch somewhere? Was it edited? I don't know. I think that one was kind of capped. And that one where he zoomed in, like, how the hell would you know to look that far? And that's one incredible zoom. Let me know in the comments down below.
Binh Province, Vietnam. 1991. Logger Ho Khan discovers a mysterious entrance to a hidden mountain cave obscured by dense jungle overgrowth. The cliffs leading down to the entrance are so steep he cannot explore it further, but he notes its location. Nearly 2 decades later, the British Cave Research Association finally explores the cave. What the team discovers is astounding. It is the largest underground chamber on the planet.
It's not just a cave. It's an actual world in Vietnam. Inside this cave, it's 40 stories high. There's actually an ancient forest. It's got flowing water, not just a puddle or a stream, but an actual river. Inside the cave is an entire growing ecosystem. And it's so deep that it looks like it's an entrance to a whole other reality.
This incredible subterranean realm, called the Son Doong Cave, is estimated to be roughly 3 million years old. It runs through the earth for nearly 6 miles, and numerous areas where the cave ceiling has collapsed allow sunlight to enter, resulting in the growth of trees and other vegetation. But according to area residents, what's most notable about Son Doong Cave are the strange creatures that are believed to dwell within it.
Local residents describe seeing reptilian-type humanoid beings emerging from the Son Doong Cave, and they believe that they actually live deep inside this cave. What's fascinating about this is that these reptilian-type humanoid beings are similar to the seraphim or the winged serpents in Kabbalistic tradition. The seraphim are said to have gone and lived in the inner earth according to Kabbalistic teaching.
Is it possible that reports of reptilians at Son Doong Cave are encounters with beings from inner Earth? While it may sound too incredible to be true, there have been reports that during the Vietnam War in the 1970s, U.S. soldiers encountered what they described as upright lizards inhabiting caves. And accounts of reptilian beings existing in underground caverns can be found all across the globe, even on the other side of the world, in Cusco, Peru.
Throughout Peru and around Cuzco particularly, there are many, many stories of a tunnel system that has something to do with serpent deities, which they call the Amaru there. The Peruvian authorities themselves decided it was too dangerous for people to go into these tunnels, so they looked for all of the entrances they could around Cuzco, and they sealed them up. And this is a well-known story within Peruvian history.
While there have been many reports from around the world of human-like reptilians, there is another inner-earth entity described in the Zohar that is even more commonly witnessed in modern times.
According to Zoharic literature, there are beings inside the earth having large black eyes and a nose that leaves only 2 dark holes on the face. Now that corresponds to things that we've heard about these, for lack of a better word, ETs. There is a lot of evidence that these beings that we think are coming from another planet are not coming from another planet. They're coming from inside our own Earth.
The black-eyed entities, commonly referred to as Greys by ufologists, are the beings most often reported by alleged alien abductees, many of whom claim to have been taken aboard saucer-shaped craft. Could it be that the so-called flying saucers, so often reported in modern times, are not coming from outer space, but inner Earth? According to some ancient astronaut theorists, this notion is supported by numerous accounts of UFOs that are seen disappearing into the landscape, and sometimes even flying directly into mountains.
That was really interesting. But you know what? It sounds a lot like King Kong. Inner Earth. I don't know if y'all seen the remakes of King Kong with him and Godzilla, but King Kong is from Inner Earth and this weird place that's in the jungle. But imagine if it was like the hidden truth in plain sight kind of thing. What y'all think? Y'all think this is real? Or is it cap? It's supposedly a part of Peruvian history.
Greetings. My name is Professor Devin Adams. I'm a retired doctor of anthropology with a PhD from the University of Madison, Wisconsin. For years, I've been researching modern humans that have stayed hidden in the American wilderness for over the past century. One of the cases I've come across during my years of research involves the lost group of hydrocephalic patients that migrated into the San Diego mountains after being released from mental institutions before World War II. As insane as that sounds, I want to warn you, there's going to be some disturbing images in the post. Hydrocephalus is a condition where infants are born with abnormally large skulls. This is the result of a defect that doesn't allow the fluid to drain, thereby pushing the plates of the skull out and creating a large layer of cerebral spinal fluid, or CSF, between the skull and the brain. Modern medicine has cured this condition by creating a shunt that's planted at the base of the skull and allows the fluid to drain and the brain to develop normally. Historically, the most tragic result of this condition, of course, was the physical appearance of the patients as they developed. Though it seems an insensitive term, these patients were known as waterheads because of the buildup of the spinal fluid in their heads. Many hydrocephalic children died young from a lack of proper medical care, but some that were institutionalized were able to grow into adolescence. However, it's important to remember, even though hydrocephalus had a negative effect on the brain development, it did not render patients catatonic or helpless. Most who survived infancy could retain an elementary level of cognitive abilities. So here's where things get interesting. In 1942, to prepare for the coming war, many medical institutions in Southern California tried to free up space for potential casualties that could be flown in from the theater of war taking place in the Pacific. This was a big initiative, specifically here in the San Diego mountains, because of the massive port for incoming U.S. warships and hundreds of aircraft. Impossible as this may seem, many patients in local hospitals that had some reasonable level of independence or were not a harm to themselves or to others were quietly released to fend for themselves. They simply opened the doors of these places and let the patients wander into the mountains. Locals who have heard of these cases chalk it up to folklore or an effort to discourage hunters or hikers that increase the risk of fire in this area. Obviously, it's very, very dry. I'm currently camped in the remote hills of Jamul in San Diego County. Look, I'm well aware this effort comes with many challenges and high levels of skepticism. Many of my colleagues consider this work to be foolish or a waste of money and resources. They liken it to research of Bigfoot or searching for the Loch Ness Monster, which is coincidentally why I've started this work independently as part of my retirement. I'll be posting my progress as well as my discoveries on a weekly basis or as often as they occur. But for now, I'll leave you with a video that I captured last night while setting up my base camp airstream, which I think you can see right, it's way over there. This video is a bit unsettling, to say the least. There's definitely something living up here.
Hey, what the fuck was that? Straight up, I was not expecting that shit. I was really thinking, so maybe he'll have somebody show up with a costume and do a jump scare or something. I was not expecting that. Like, what the fuck? Talk about Sasquatch or whatever, these waterheads and shit. Hey man, more power to him. Sometimes the world ain't gonna believe your mission and your dream. And he's going for it. He definitely caught some footage. What y'all think about that? Let me know in the comments down below.
A viewer sent me this photo saying that their motion detection camera photographed a cryptid that they believe is a form of werewolf. At first, they thought it is just a normal wolf passing by, but on closer inspection, things are different. Just take a closer look at paws. This thing appears to have elongated fingers, as if it is the deformed hand of a human. Look at its face. It almost looks as if it does not have a snout, almost as if we are looking at a humanoid face. Especially the teeth. They are not sharp as we'd expect in a wolf. They appear to be human-like. I have no idea whether this is a camera glitch, a deformed wolf, or truly a werewolf. What do you think?
To tell you the truth, man, that photo looks kind of real. So I'm looking at it, I'm like, yo, it could be CGI. But the same hand he was talking about, you can see the shadow in back of it. And you know, we got these trail cams nowadays, so our technology is catching shit that 30, 40 years ago they wasn't even catching. Like, it was just tales. But werewolf? Very interesting. Let me know in the comment down below. Do you think this is cap?
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. أعوذ بكلمات الله التامات من شر ما خلق. بسم الله الذي لا يضر مع. أعوذ بكلمات الله التامات من شر ما خلق. انتبه يا راشد، انتبه، لا تلمس شيء بيدك. لا تلمس شيء بيدك. لا تلمس شيء بيدك. الله التامات من شر ما خلق. لا تلمس شيء بيدك، الله يهديك. لا تلمس شي بيدك يا راشد، ترى غلط، والله غلط. لا اله الا الله. انتبه انتبه. شوف انتبه 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 انتبه. تقفل تقفل تقفل. اقرا عليه اقرا عليه اقرا عليه اقرا عليه اقرا عليه اقرا عليه. ما راح ينفتح، ما راح ينفتح. اقرا. كلمات الله التامات من شر ما خلق.
See, that one, I was trying to keep track of which door they went through. There was like 3 different doors there. You know, maybe someone could have been, you know, throwing wood with a string or something up and down, and someone could have been behind another door and slammed it. You know what I mean? So, I don't know, I'm 50-50 with this one. It looks cap, but they got some strong conviction. I don't know. What you think? Let me know in the comments down below.
If you see this plane above you, you may only have 5 minutes left to live. Let me explain.
This is the Boeing Doomsday, a plane in the U.S. Air Force dedicated to safeguarding key figures, like the president during a nuclear crisis. Engineered for rapid response, one of its engines operates 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, ready for immediate takeoff in the event of a nuclear threat. This aircraft has advanced thermal and nuclear shielding, which keeps it protected against the impact of a nuclear blast. Once airborne, the Boeing Doomsday can fly non-stop for an entire week, thanks to its aerial refueling capabilities. Loaded with countermeasures like chaff and flares, it's designed to stop missile attacks, making it hard to destroy in the skies. Only elite and highly experienced fighter pilots are allowed to operate this aircraft. But that's not all. On top of its defensive capabilities, the Boeing Doomsday is a mobile command center. It has advanced radar and surveillance technology, enabling real-time monitoring of potential threats. Inside, you'll find some of the highest...
NASA's at it again. NASA will fire 3 rockets at the Ring of Fire solar eclipse this weekend. Ooh. The rockets will go about 50 miles up. Huh, that's interesting. Remember that Encyclopedia Britannica from 1958 that got banned because it said that there's a dome about 50-some miles up? Huh, is that why they're going 50 miles up? Because that's as far as they can go? And these rockets are going to go up into the ionosphere, which is where the air becomes electric. Huh. That's interesting because a lot of flat earthers say that the firmament, dome, the vault of stars above us, which circles above us in a clockwise manner, which makes sense, they say that it actually moves due to electromagnetism. Huh. By golly, I gotta put my spectacles on for this one, because am I reading this right? Okay, if you think of the ionosphere as a pond with some gentle ripples on it, the eclipse is like a motorboat that suddenly rips through the water. It creates a wake immediately underneath and behind it, and then the water level momentarily goes up and rushes back in. Oh my gosh! The Bible, the Word of God, literally says there is water above us and below us. Why would there be water in outer space? Unless outer space is a lie. Ooh, are you moving right now? I'm not moving right now. Are you moving? You feel like you're moving? You might want to see a doctor. I mean, I'm not a professional. But Psalm 104:5, he set the earth on its foundations, never to be moved. Are you hearing that, lukewarms? Lukewarms, you're not in space, lukewarms. Lukewarms, you're under God's firmament. Lukewarms, you gotta read the Bible literally, okay? Come on, lukewarms. The sun and the moon, they're lights. Genesis 1:16, God made 2 great lights, the greater light to govern the day, and the lesser light to govern the night. He also made the stars. Where in there does he say that he made an earth, made a ball, and he spun it and tilted it and put it around outer space with a dusty rock circling around it too, and made it all go around the sun? Nowhere. Don't say it, truth be told. Don't say it, don't say it. I'm gonna go there. Sun and moon are the same size, shape, and they perfectly eclipse. They are perfect discs of light. They are not spheres, but they have the lying wonder placed upon them to give the illusion that they are in outer space. Ooh, does the Bible support this? Yeah, it does. Here we go. This is from my homie Paul when he wrote his letter to Ephesus. Ephesians 6:12. For our struggle is not against flesh and blood, but against the rulers, authorities, powers of this dark world, and against the spiritual forces of evil in the heavenly realms. Yeah, guys, up there is some wickedness in the sky. So if the moon has never made sense, why you can see directly through it, and why it never actually spins, it's always that same image, well, there you go. There's rulers, powers, and authorities in the heavenly realms, and they're quite wicked. You all know that I think we live in the season of Satan, which is Revelation 20, verse 7. We've done that in the video before. But did you know the book of Enoch says, in chapter 80, it says, for in the times of the sinners, the moon shall alter her order, shall alter her appearance. There you have it. There were no craters in ancient art depictions of the moon, but the moon suddenly had a lying wonder of craters placed upon it so as to deceive. And
how can wood be turned into stone, you may ask?
This is a well-known process when wood becomes petrified, and the way that it becomes petrified is when plant material is buried by sediment, and this sediment is like dirt, ash, and small rocks, completely buried wood, and protects it from decay from the action of oxygen and organisms. As sediment moves inside felled wood, groundwater moves in as well. This water is rich in dissolved solids, and this replaces the original plant material with silica, pyrite, calcite, and other material. As a result of these processes is a fossil of the original tree, but with preserved details of the bark, wood, and the cellular structures of the tree. Keep that all in mind as you are watching the clips of these quote-unquote old mountains. The next logical question would be, how could these massive stumps be submerged under layers of mud, as well as other sediments and minerals? Notice I said mud. In order to have mud, you need water. The Bible speaks of a worldwide flood, and this would explain how these massive stumps could be submerged. If you have a stump, you need a tree and branches, right? Where did all of those go if we only see the stump? The answer may surprise you. This message is not for any of the scoffers who will never believe, even if the truth is right in front of them. But this message is for those who have an open mind and are willing to seek out the truth. I want you guys to check these clips out right here. There's a normal stump, and you can see the rings around it. This guy breaks off a little piece of it. And look at this rock structure. Look at the rings, how they match. Even the shape of it matches. Look at that. And see how it breaks off, and see those ridges and stuff. That's how that happens right there. And look at these ridges again. And look how the wood is when it breaks down. If you can see it, you can see it. You know what I'm saying. And some people will never see it. They'll just keep denying their eyes. And there's something in them that wants to deny it because in reality they're denying God, and they don't want to admit that there was a worldwide flood, and they don't want to admit God exists and be accountable to God one day. And so that's why they do that. Check that out, how all those pieces broke off. And that's what you're seeing there on the ground right there. Those are those pieces that broke off of.
The Michael Jackson Neverland theory?
Neverland, no.
Someone was taking these kids to his house, Neverland. People didn't like was, oh, is he doing that because he's getting like some pleasure off of it? So it became a whole scandal all over the news. Boom, 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 boom. Everywhere, headlines, news, blah, blah. Guess what was happening the exact same time that was happening?
What was happening?
Jeffrey Epstein's island.
Oh, I think I heard of that.
That was the first time like Jeffrey Epstein's island was being exposed. So theory was that he had to bite the bullet for the rest of Hollywood type of shit. So like, you'll put all the attention on MJ because the whole world's gonna listen about that.
Yeah.
All of the stuff that Michael Jackson was accused of with Neverland, and none of it was proven. He was innocent.
Yeah.
He was innocent. There's so many different trials, there's so many different things. And all of the people that tried to sue him or tried to press charges, they all ended up coming out and saying, oh yeah, I was being bribed by my parents because they were getting a lot of money from somebody else.
That's sad, and I hope it's not true. Right? R.I.P. to MJ, for sure.
So can we talk about this creepy video that came out of Mexico? So this TikToker that works security explains how he's seen and felt things that he can't explain. But at 3:20 in the morning after securing the building, he sees something. But he just can't quite catch it on camera. That is, until he does. And viewers were quick to point out that it looks like it disappears. But let me know what you think.
No, ya no se va a ver nada. Ya no se va a ver nada porque lo que se mira acá de este lado es la pantalla que está prendida. Ahí arriba, esa. De ahí en más, pues estoy solo, les digo, está todo solo ahorita. Solo. Y ahorita vi algo allá en la entrada de clientes. Hasta allá, hasta el último. Y lo vi clarito, clarito. Ya lo vi otra vez. A ver si se alcanza a ver. No, me da miedo ir. A eso que se mira ahí. Eso negro que se ve ahí. Miren, ya se movió. ¡Oh! Está caminando, de hecho está que no manches. No manches. Y se sigue moviendo. Se sigue moviendo. Es una persona, claro está que se... Miren. Miren. No. Vámonos.
And that's a wrap. I hope you enjoyed tonight's rabbit hole. Real quick, I just want to give a sincere shout out to all the support and love you've been showing to the channel. To all you new subscribers, thank you. To all you who hit likes on the videos, thank you. To all returning viewers, thank you so much. I'm looking forward to this journey with you as we continue to explore more rabbit holes each and every time. And if you haven't already, please take a second just to hit that like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, just to make sure the algorithm knows what's up. So what we're gonna do, y'all, run these numbers up. That's right. Thank you so much. Until next time.